I just have to film this video because I want there to be like raw footage, and I will talk about this like when I'm not crying so that I can talk about it more thoroughly and with a clear mind. But I want to film like right now because I have like fresh thoughts, and I really want to just explain like what happened to me, um how I felt about it, and like just how wrong it was. Just it was just really wrong. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I kind of did everything in my power to make sure that I could look pretty and talk about the situation and have a thorough story. But the more I started getting ready, the more I realized there was just no way. There was just no way. I need to talk about this like I'm talking on the phone with somebody. And this situation really sucked. I thought that I would be able to do a clean version of it and not even post this version, maybe just post clips of it, but I can't do it. So let's get back to the rest of the video. Um okay, so I started a new job, and I was super excited about this job. I was super excited about it. I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm here to spread awareness and talk about it so that people can understand that, like, I want to just give a quick backstory. This was my second day at this position. Okay, this was my second day at this job. There were more things that actually happened to the buildup of this situation that had me a little antsy and a little iffy. It's pretty much taking everything in me not to speak of the company, not to say the name of the company or the manager. And that's just because that's out of respect, especially for my future as well. Because I'm not really here to bash, I'm really more so here to really raise awareness. So I want to start with the first beginning of all the weirdness. So this started first last week. So this was the week before I started. Sorry, I just seriously can't believe it. And basically, the manager contacted me by phone call and by email, and basically invited me to a casual lunch that they have every Friday with the team. And she wanted to do like a welcome lunch, which I was like super, happy about. I was like, wow, like this is going to be amazing. And she basically told me that she would email me whether it's at 11:30 or 11:45. I said, okay, that's fine. So she ended up emailing me, and I thought that it was 11:45. So in my mind, I'm thinking, should I get there early or should I not make it about me and just get there late and say, hey, because that's what they normally do. So she told me, you can dress casually, and, we drink as well. And I get there, I want to say maybe like 20 minutes late. I noticed that no one is drinking any alcohol. I also noticed that there is literally no one eating wings. Like we're at Buffalo Wild Wings, no one was eating wings. I thought that was kind of strange. And the energy was just kind of weird. And Ashley, and this is another black girl there. Mind you, I'm the third black person that works in this entire building. And she gets there late and she's really nice. She's super sweet. Like, I really liked her. And I guess I just didn't get the joke. I don't know what the joke was, but they were joking around about Ashley, this black girl going to the manager's house. And the manager basically says this comment like, yeah, every time Ashley comes to my house, I make sure that my cameras are recording. And I didn't know if that was like a racial joke, a sex joke, or like a work joke, like, or inside joke. I didn't know. So just imagine, like, I was just very caught off guard by that comment. It was just very strange. Next thing that I noticed was like after I left, I just felt like a weird energy, and I started thinking about the interview. I started thinking about like just how everything went, and everything seemed fine. But then I also remember this one comment that she said, oh, you double minored in psychology, does that mean you're going to be analyzing everyone? Which I thought was kind of a weird comment to say. So I thought that was kind of like a red flag. Another weird thing was on my first day, Oh, this was just so weird. After that whole lunch thing, I didn't think anything of anything. And on my first day, she basically just stops our training and she says, "So, Pearl, remember the email I sent you about the lunch and how it started at 11:30?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And she was like, "Okay, so you did get my email." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I definitely got your email." And she was like, "Oh, so you came late on purpose?" And I was like, "Well, no, I was just running late." She's like, "Well, when I called you, you said you were getting ready." And I was like, "Well, no, I was ready. I was just getting dressed." And she was just like, "Yeah, well, I just want to let you know that everyone totally just felt like you just rubbed them the wrong way by showing up late. So I just want to let you know that if it wasn't for the fact that you already like signed your offer letter, like you would not have gotten the job." And just imagine it's your first day and you hear somebody say this to you, who's your manager of all people. It just was so weird. I just felt cornered and I just felt like, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry because it wasn't like I was getting paid to be there. I was just like I just it was just so weird to me. And like I know anybody can say like, oh well, professionalism and you need to be there on time, but it was still very just like, why are you talking for every single person that was at that table? That's just so awkward. But anywho, so that happened. Another weird thing that happened is we were going over resumes and she showed me this resume and she was like, "Would you call this person?" And I was like, immediately I knew the person was African, because I'm African. And I looked at everything and I basically said, I mean, I would call them and find out. I would verify, if they actually went to these schools and stuff like that. But they also went to school overseas, so that may mean that we need to get a visa. So that may mean that that might be money out of our pocket. And she goes, "Yes, exactly. So anytime we normally see like a Nigerian, if we see Nigerian, African, throw that away." And I'm just like, is this woman serious right now? I've never been attacked for my culture. My race, definitely every single day in America, but my culture and like who I am that I can't change. Like, I can't change the fact that I'm Nigerian and that most Nigerians are scammers. I can't change that. So for her to say that, it blew me out of the water. So it was just like one thing after another. But I also thought in my head, like, Pearl, just don't look too into it. Don't think too hard. Just do your job. Like, you got this. You can do this. So that was day one. Day two is when all of this started. So the rest of this video is day two. So that's a little bit of the backstory of what happened the days before. So, yeah, back to the video.
This is the shit that is going on. This is the stuff that's going on that like people don't talk about or people don't want to talk about, and that's absolutely your choice. But like for me, I don't want to leave this earth and have people confused. So let me get to the point. So me and my manager went to go get lunch yesterday, and this is my first day, mind you. And we're in the car, and she asked me like, why are you into mental illness? Like, why do you care about mental health? Um, and my friend was like, hopefully you said, because you're supposed to care about it. But I didn't, because I mean, at the time, I was just like really like caught off guard because it it's one thing talking about it like with my YouTube or my friends or with you guys, like it's it's one thing to talk about it with like other people and people who understand, or even just like filming. But when it's like your employer, you kind of like, it's like a tough thing to talk about. So I basically just told her like in elementary school I was diagnosed with depression, and then in high school I was diagnosed with major depression. And then I told her about my diagnosis last year. And her response was, um, her response was, oh great, so I hired a crazy person. And like at the time it didn't really like resonate with me. Like I just saw it like, oh, there goes. I said, yeah, well, there's a stigma behind it. And she was just like, oh no, it's just I know somebody who dealt with that. And she just kept it at that. And after the day, and I went home and I just kind of thought about it, and I just felt like I was very uncomfortable. And not just because of that comment. There were more comments, but this is the comment I want to focus on. I don't want to focus on any other comments. And so today I went to the meeting, and I basically was just like, I honestly, like, my mind is just not here today. I really need to talk to you about something. And the reason that I wanted to talk to her is because there was no HR department. So there's no HR department. So one, that's already like just so like it just sucks. So I tell her that I feel as if, I don't feel comfortable. I don't like what you said. And she got extremely defensive. She said that she has the right to say that because her son died from suicide. And it just blew my mind that she was actually mad. Like, she was angry. And I just thought, I don't understand why you're angry. I just kind of wanted to tell you how I felt, how we can rectify it, whether that be apologizing, just talking it out, hashing it out, whatever it is. And she was not here for any of it. She was just like, okay, well, let's go pack up your things. Because, I was already done with you when I saw you on your phone. Like, I checked out when I saw you on your phone. I have never been so disrespected in my life. That really sucked. I ended up walking out of the job, and I basically said thank you to everybody, and that was it. But like, I just cannot believe that woman said that. I cannot believe she was okay saying that. I just can't believe it. For my own like mental health, which is why I started this channel, I have to talk about it. I have to put this video up, because I'm not gonna be one of these people that just like dies like, oh, so and so committed suicide, and you don't know nothing. Like, I'm never gonna be one of, like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I'm never, no. Anything that happens to where it's just a huge trigger, I'm gonna film it, because I would have loved to see the triggers of other people that are not here anymore. I would have loved to see, what made them decide that it was done. I really don't have anything else to say other than I can't believe that happened to me. I don't know. I've never had anybody say something like that to me ever. I just haven't. So I felt the need to share it. If anyone else is going through anything that has to do with your mental health that you cannot change or fix, just be careful who you tell. Be careful what you say, because people will judge you. And it really sucks, because this is somebody that like I liked, I confided in. I thought she was amazing, and I was absolutely wrong. And it would have just made so much more sense if she was just like, you know what, you're right, I shouldn't have said it that way. The reason that I said that is because this, that. I apologize, I shouldn't have said that. I would still be there. But like, the fact that I couldn't even get an apology, like, blows my mind. It blows my mind. Like, and for her to say she has the right to say that to somebody is just like, it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Like, that's like me saying, I hope you get cancer. And then someone being like, you shouldn't wish cancer on somebody. Like, how do you wish cancer on somebody? And then being like, oh, well, my mom had cancer, so, I have the right.